Hello everyone, this is Dane. Welcome back to the channel Filipino Nurse Retires Home. I hope everybody is doing great. Please comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. First of all, I'm going to thank all the participation as well as all the new subscriptions, and I appreciate all the old ones to have helped me with this channel. And I'm gonna use English as my medium of communication so that I can cater to all people around the world. I'm from the Philippines originally and went to America when I was 24 years old, and I'm retired. So I am a naturalized American, so I'm a Phil-Am. So hopefully we can go to the Philippines in the near future. Let's keep our finger crossed, and I'm gonna take you all there, hopefully, huh? So anyhow, my topic in this channel is actually giving info as much as I can for the OFWs, people who left the country, the Philippines, and live in America for the longest time, as well as the foreigners who are interested to go back to the Philippines. Now you're gonna have a lot of insecurities as well as questions, and you want some information, so I'm trying to help you out with that, to plan for your future as well as planning for your transition to re-immerse back to the culture, the Philippines, and hopefully it's gonna be a nice one. But sometimes I get sidetracked and give you some topics that are not even related to my channel, so pardon me, but that's just one of those things that I will show you to fill in the gap while my old brain is still trying to process some nice subject matter for you that is related to my channel. So that's why my channel is a little bit diverse in a lot of ways, but I'm getting to have an idea now what kind of niche I'm going to follow in my video. So now this topic is related to the retirement in the Philippines as well as expats, all right? So this is about dark side of the expat life in the Philippines or in Southeast Asia. There's a lot of expats all around the world, but I'm going to do topics about Southeast Asia. So expat doesn't mean they're old people, retirees, about to retire. It actually there's a bunch more and more young people who are backpacking, leaving America, leaving Europe, and go to South America as well as Southeast Asia and just be adventurous. They basically left all their possession, but they do not really have any possession, especially when they left the country in their 20s or 30s. They don't even sometimes have career, but some has career. So I'm glad if they have career and have a little bit of pocket money in them. They basically, what they have are the backpacks behind them on the backs, and left the country and start living from one place to another, almost like badyaws or gypsies. They live from one country to another. So they might start Vietnam and they do not like Vietnam anymore, so they go to Malaysia, then Singapore, and maybe end up going to the Philippines. Now they are gonna be vagabonds basically because they don't have any homes to speak of. So some of them would settle in a certain place for a long time and land them some contractual type of job, like in restaurant maybe, or resort, or modeling job, maybe YouTube channel, or sometimes they teach scuba diving lessons to the people. I know that in the Philippines there's a bunch of them, the young folks, and that's all they do. They really don't have to, they do not think about their future because they're so young and they do not care, you know. Most of them are living like Peter Pan-like existence. That's one of the description of one of the expats in South Korea. And I read about that. And it's kind of sad. But most of them are living basically in limbo because they don't have any kind of plans, speaking of, or to show off. Now, they will become, they are so insecure when they reach the age of like supposing in their 50s, when they would realize that they really do not have any home, speaking of, and some of them would go back to the United States maybe, or try to re-immerse back to their country, but they do not have any skills to speak of. They have not even contributed to the taxes for their social security maybe, or any kind of 401k. So they cannot adapt well in the first world. So they tend to go back to the third world again. And maybe some of them would end up marrying somebody from that adopted country. And I hope they would just settle down. But most of them are what we call, some of them are really kind of, shall we say, failures in life sometimes. That's the complication, a bad complication of being a vagabond and at the same time an expat. And some of them, after making a video for a while there and have a good channel going, some of them would have married somebody and start a business, so which is good. But while you have that kind of money in your pocket and at the same time going gallivanting around, you better save some of your money there to start you a good future on yourself. Now, this is the thing that is sad, because I heard some YouTubers. He's a vagabond, so he basically moved from one region to another in the Philippines, and then he will have a bunch of girlfriends, one at a time, I hope, that he connects with, and sometimes he lives with them, and then they will have a fight and then break off, and he would start doing the same thing over and again, over and over. He smokes like crazy and he drinks like crazy. Now, he looks like really creepy, almost like looking individual. And one of them left the country and went back to the United States because I think he had some sort of cancer in his stomach or whatever he had. He had a lot of gastrointestinal issues. So at least in America, he was a welfare case and was able to live off the taxes of the people. But not a lot of those will go back to United States or to wherever they came from. I've even seen somebody who is begging and was sleeping on the doorway going to one of the malls in the Philippines. I felt so bad for him. He had a good pair of shoes at first, but anyway, I said, gosh, that's a white man there sleeping along with other beggars. It's a sad thing, but you know, all they have are wonderful memories as well as wonderful experience, but there's no future for them. I feel sorry for them, but when we are young, we really have to be careful with our priorities in life. So we have to develop some sort of skills, you know, to be able to live off and fall back on and really plan for the future. If not, we're not going to have any future at all. We can easily be like those expats who has no life. All they have are wonderful memories though. So stress-free lives basically, but no homes. So I feel sorry for them actually, but in a way, not all people are very blessed or fortunate in the way of thinking. So I hope, guys, well, there's still time, you get to really prepare for your future, because we're not getting younger, we're gonna get old someday. Thank you guys, and may you have learned what I've said here, because it's really true. Philippines is basically a good place to stay and live but you really have to prepare yourself though, because we still need a little bit of dollar to make it in the Philippines. Bye bye guys.